Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It feels good to be back for the second day in a row. What's up, solutionaries? Welcome. Tap in. Y'all know the routine. Comment. Let me know what platform you're watching on. Hit the like button. Let me know what city you in. What's up, Mohagan? How are you? What's up, everybody? This is day two. I've been obviously out the loop. I haven't put shows together. The Maj Toure Show. For those of you that don't know, I'm Maj Toure. This is the Maj Toure Show. Welcome to the show. It's 22 folks. There are 22 folks. I want every single person to tell me where you watching from, what platform. Oh, it's 47, 49. Y'all jumping in early, okay? I want y'all to tell me where y'all watching from, what platform, and I want you to tell me what city you in. I want to hear the energy. We don't do the Hollywood shit over here. Bobby, what's up? A. Hems is in South Orange County, California. What's up? Y'all, got some good news, got some bad news for everybody. No, the title is not clickbait. YouTube, South Carolina. That's Pamela. M. Jedi from Modesto, California. David Wink, Northwest Ohio. Wanda Ellis in Atlanta. Atlanta's changed a whole lot. It's like everybody from everywhere else is in Atlanta now, right? Same as New York, same as Miami. Mohagan, Richmond, Virginia. Guys, we're going to talk about something. I want to bring up some things that I've been discussing with you all for the last few years. And I don't know how many of you saw the most recent post that I posted. It depends on which platform you follow me on. Sidewalk Talkers from Buffalo, New York. What's up? If you saw this post on Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on whatever platform you're watching on, most of you are watching on X. Darius, what's up? LA. Most of you are watching on X. Some of you are watching on YouTube. Nobody's watching on Facebook. Facebook is like low-key dead, and they 1,000% suppressing shit. But anyway, Q-Tips Gaming is from Staten Island. Watching from YouTube. What's up? What's going on with the title? I'm going to get into it. I used to live in Staten Island, if y'all didn't know that or not. In the 8th grade, my mother was in the Navy. Excuse me, my mother was her husband. She got remarried. My step-pop was in the Navy. And we moved to Staten Island because there was a naval base over there. All right? If y'all coming in, it's 143 of y'all. I promise y'all I'm going to get to the topic. I promise y'all I'm not going to draw this out too long, but he said Staten Island, so I wanted to, go into that a little bit. I went to Paulo IS 75 in the 8th grade. I lived in Staten Island. I lived in Shaolin. Yep. In the 8th grade, I went to Paulo IS 75 in the 8th grade. And so anyway, today's stream, and it's dramatic as fuck. It's dramatic as fuck because it's a Friday. I'm not going to see y'all until Monday. Monday, same time, same channel, right? Ruthless Lover, reposted the stream. Appreciate you, Ruthless. Everybody that's watching on X, I want everybody that's watching on X right now. There's 131 of y'all watching on X. I want every single one of y'all to just repost it. All you got, you can quote post it and just say, hey, y'all tap in. Shit. As my guy Andy Frisella and DJ say on the Andy Frisella, the Real AF podcast, don't be a hoe, share the show. Okay? Don't be a hoe, share the show. So if you're watching this on X, just hit the repost button. That's all. That's all. D-Dubs is watching from YouTube in Detroit. Blacktop Cowboy, Houston, Texas. I may or may not be doing Willie D's podcast in a few days in Houston, Texas. You never know. You never know. I may just be doing Willie D's podcast, and I may be in H-Town in a few days. You never know. You never know. Okay? But anyway, guys, thank you, Dustin for Liberty, for reposting on X. It's Mole reposted. I want to see everybody on X. There's 144 of y'all watching on X, right? I want everybody on X. It's a simple button. Just a boop. Just use your thumb. Just repost it. Quote post is extra love. I appreciate it. But I don't really need y'all to do that. I would really, really, really need everybody to repost this. Really. Okay? So anyway, guys, y'all see the title. The Ending of Black Guns Matter. Yeah, Willie D. Willie D's got a podcast. For those of you young whippersnappers that don't know who Willie D is, Willie D is a member of the Ghetto Boys. He has a podcast. My homegirl Angela Stanton King just did it not too long ago. I'm gonna go there and we're gonna talk that gun shit. Allegedly, you never know. I might just be capping. You never know. But anyway, guys, for the last 8 years, some of y'all have been with us 7, maybe 8 years at this point. Have been with us on this journey from Black Guns Matter to Solutionary University to the ups and the downs and all of these different things. And yesterday, I kind of mentioned some of the struggles that we're having as it relates to our whole second floor of the Solutionary Center was fucking flooded. We had a horrible leak. We had to redo everything. And I just did not tell y'all. Huge shouts to Mahogany, who shot in the group and said, hey, man, same thing with Bobby. They're in the Solutionary Non-Telegram group. They hit me up with messages saying, hey, man, you got to reach out. You got to, you know what I mean? Teamwork make the dream work. So I appreciate them for that. Okay? And it's just been a rumble. I am good at selling things. Yes, the Ghetto Boys, as the rap group, yes. I am good at selling things, and I am good at free market enterprise, and I'm good at communication. That's my skill set. My skill set is translation. And over the last 7 years, I've been translating to y'all the importance of firearms ownership. You know what I'm saying? It is something that I'm passionate about because I understand the importance of the Second Amendment. And if you follow me in any capacity, you know that that's what I've been about. And it hasn't, y'all know I'm not a gun guy per se. Like I may or may not have a bunch of firearms, right? However, it's more about that being a tool that is in defense of freedom, in defense of life, in defense of the things that we love and our property and all of those different things. Corey just said, coming from OK, Oklahoma, fucked me up with your last video, but I completely understand. And that's what today's show is about, that last video. If I started that way saying it. And so it's a rumble. I'm good at making money, but I know I've given away over $1 million. I know I have. Even though we haven't raised the whole million, my own money, but this, that, and the third. The Solutionary Summit, one of them, the one in Miami cost like $70,000 for 2-3 days, right? Chairman, thank you for that repost. JT Does It says, got my BGM shirt years ago. Appreciate you for that. Let me put that up there for a little bit. And so saying this to say, we've talked about the importance of this, and we've generated resources. I'm good at making money, but a lot of it, because this is activist work, and I don't mean it in a negative sense, because the word activist has been turned to some other shit. So I'm active in our communities, and anybody that's known me and watched me have seen me be consistent, has seen me be honest, has seen me be authentic, and has seen me put the work in. There's no fucking question about that shit. If somebody has like a question, that's another part of the reason why sometimes I don't get the look on a lot of these shows and podcasts, because I'm consistent. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not, like a lot of pro-gun people that go like conservative, they just start like spewing like hate toward black people or whatever. Or if you're in the pro-black gun space, you start spewing hate towards white people or whatever, right? And I don't exist in any of them spaces. So I'm just well-rounded. And I'm not saying that as an arrogant thing. I'm saying it as I'm well-rounded because I've lived a very full life, right? You start selling weed when you're 14, 15, and you start to see real quick that a lot of people smoke weed, and it's a lot of people that you don't think would be into the same shit. So saying this to say, I've always had this skill set, and I do think that it 100% has made some people fall back off of me because my truth can reflect a lie. And I also think that it has impacted fundraising, that I don't just be quiet when people doing silly shit. When Trump is wrong, I say he's wrong. When he's right, I say he's right. So I exist in this Venn diagram where some people, my truth and being honest and objective and calling balls and strikes will, if you are a one way all of the time, I don't care what Trump does, he's my guy, I'm never going to speak about him doing something wrong. If you kind of scared to stand next to me, unless it's related to guns or the Second Amendment. If you identify more with the pro-black side of things. When I say, yo, I don't fuck with racism in any level. So if you thought pro-black meaning just saying fuck white people, I don't. I'm sorry, I just don't. Even I don't fuck with law enforcement, but I'm not gonna be out here saying every single cop is a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Now let's listen to what Bobby just said. That's why I was apprehensive to get in the Second Amendment world. Didn't want my homies to think I was a low-key racist. That's what I thought it was. And I'm telling you, sometimes it comes off that way. So because I'm so like into all of these things without being trapped by the negatives in them, and I see the little jokes, like there's jokes that I'm not a, you can't make any joke, but some of that shit is that, yeah, y'all be making race, Asians, Mexicans, blacks, white, like everybody makes a joke, like we should be able to joke, but some of that shit is like, yo, bro, that's how you kind of like really feel. And so my truth of standing on business has been beneficial for me as an individual, for me as being a representative of what we're supposed to be as patriotic Americans, but also it has been a detriment because some of the people that I've been in rooms with know that I won't play ball. They just know it. They just know, like, he's not gonna, it's certain shit I'm just not gonna do. I remember one year I was in CPAC, and I'm gonna wrap this into where we going for the show tonight, guys. But I like to give y'all some backdrop first, okay? And I got President Biden's thing up here for $13 billion. I'm gonna go over that too, but that was a while ago. But anyway, it's all gonna tie in. I remember when I was at CPAC at the Reagan dinner one time, and the Reagan dinner's like $1,000. I don't know how much it is because I never pay because they invite me to go to these things. But I think it's like swanky. It's like $1,000. I've been a few times. And I remember one time I went and they was like dick riding Ronald Reagan. I'm like, Ronald Reagan is the reason that California's fucking anti-gun. And they just didn't like that. So there's positives to this. If you listening and you trying to be, an actual man that's not just a dick rider that's going to stand on truth, I'm a 1,000% good role model for you. That's why I can lead men. I'm not a good role model for you if you want to play the game the bullshit way. I'm not. And the vast majority of these people is gonna, what's up, Bookworm? The vast majority of these people are gonna bullshit. They're gonna play the game. And I'm not knocking them. I don't knock the way anybody get their situation. Okay? But because of that, that has impacted me. That's impacted us with support, media outlets, all of that. Not because I'm deliberately trying to be mean or rude to people, but people hear me say a certain thing and they fall back. What up, Mo? Mo Fly, that's my brother, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my brother, Mo Fly Productions. That is actually who allegedly, I may be going on Willie D's podcast. Maybe, allegedly. You never know. I could be lying, right? But if I was on that, Mo Fly Productions is probably the guy that got me on it. I'm just saying, okay? So saying this to say, it has been a struggle, especially because when you're new, when BGM was new, nobody was doing what I did. It tied in perfectly with like a juxtaposition. Like some people were being sarcastic when they would say, like, oh, BGM, Black Guns Matter, ha ha ha, BLM, as opposed to it being complimentary. I never pushed back against the concept of Black Lives Matter. I just said, if y'all think that Black Lives Matter, Black guns should matter too. So you should have the ability to defend life. And at that time, it was very novel and it was the first of its kind. Now, have I spawned thousands of copycats and people stealing my shit? Absolutely. Grunt Style stole our freedom over everything design. Okay? There's a lot of people, some people is not stealing. They just were inspired by the work that we do. Some people steal the concept and act like they doing it and all of that, whatever. But my point in saying that is after a while, even if you are going into doing something legitimately and are trying to solve a problem, sometimes other people are just around for the fucking novelty. It's just what it is. It's not a knock. Okay? And when that novelty wears off because you're really thinking about this for the long haul, I'm thinking about getting rid of the Gun Control Act, getting rid of the National Firearms Act. I want motherfuckers to be able to get Amazon to deliver guns to your house. That's what I want. And that's going to take some time. But if you came into it for the novelty of the game, it wears off. And then other people are around, and then a Trump gets back in office, and you think that the gun game is won. You think you good. Q-Tip's Gaming said, I would do good on podcasts, especially the debating platforms. They stopped having me on for debates. If y'all ever, give me a show of hands in the section. And everybody's 409 people watching. There are 370 of you watching on X. I know that all 370 of y'all X/Twitter have not reposted it. Fucking repost it. Stop being fucking stingy. Repost it. This is what I'm talking about. This is why the fucking work probably gonna have to end. Because everybody ain't doing the bare minimum. But anyway, there's a Vice debate. If you Google, give me a name in the chat if you have or you haven't. Saw my Vice debate with the executive vice president of Gun Violence Prevention of America a few years back when we first started BGM. They thought I was just this dude trying to hand out guns to everybody in the hood. And they had her debate me on Vice. How many people saw that debate? I absolutely fucked that lady up. And they never asked me to come to another fucking debate again. Corey with the super chat. Y'all know the rules. We try to get 10 folks at the $20 level. That's $200 that goes towards the work. Corey's the first one. We need 9 more folks to match Corey. Thank you. Match something, y'all. So, saying this to say, right? I beat the shit out of this lady because that was that person. I forget who that was that just said that. But I beat the shit out of that lady. And there's interviews that I've done from years ago that y'all are like, what? You was on that? Yes, I was on Showtime. I was on this. I was on that. I was on that. On Candace Owens' show, on this and that and that and that. But what happens is when you start to actually stand on business and not play the fucking game, unless you rich, if I'm rich, I could get away with this because people would dick ride me because I'm rich. Okay? Vin Zinger says, have you tried appearing in the Latino Slant, Hotep Jesus, American Cholo, the True Hustle podcast? I'm willing to do any of that. I've done the Hotep's Been Told You years ago as well. Hotep Jesus is one of the only people that, without me asking him, because I never ask anybody, and I've said this several times, that is prompted to get to Joe Rogan, to get me onto Joe Rogan's podcast. Hotep Jesus is the only person that ever advocated, directly showed me the screenshot of him messaging Joe and saying, yo, you should have Maju. And I have friends that know Joe Rogan. So you do whatever you want with that. Tie that in maybe or not to what I just said earlier. Anyway, so yes, I've done Hotep show. This is definitely going to get clipped. I beat the shit out of that lady. It's about to get clipped out so hard. Pause. Right? People going to be like, see, I told y'all Maj be abusing people. So I've done these shows. I stand on what I stand on. You start to create invisible, not enemies, but like people are scared to have you on. The Breakfast Club comes to mind. They're horrified. Before my child's mother passed, my child's mother used to work at the radio station in Philly when Charlamagne was there. They was cool. Me and her didn't have the best relationship. We obviously got our relationship cool and positive before she passed a few months back. But that's part of the reason why I haven't been on the Breakfast Club. Okay? And they kind of want people on. I kind of think Van Lathan, when he had me on his podcast, the Red Pill podcast, when he was at TMZ, I've done all of these shows. I think what happened was they have me on because they think they're going to chop me the fuck up. And then they see, oh, this motherfucker's in shape. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's cool. He's charismatic. He's honest. He's not an arrogant dickhead. I'm a well-rounded person. It's about the girth. I did that on purpose, y'all. Pause. So it has impacted some of the shows, right? Huge shouts to everybody. It's not a diss to anybody that's had me on and hasn't asked to have me back on. It's not a diss to any of these people. I'm just telling y'all, giving y'all some backdrop into going on to tonight's reasoning. Okay? So when you do that, and when you're serious about it, and then on top of that, you fucking like get a case. I'm fighting a gun case, right? I stood on it. I said I was about some shit. I fucking live it. The people that know me best know that I really do whatever the fuck I want to do all the time. As it relates to the Constitution, as it relates to the Second Amendment, I'm going to do I'm a fucking sovereign being. None of these people have any jurisdiction over your person. That's cap. You can voluntarily say, okay, I give my consent of the governed. You can do that. That's in the Constitution. But I don't give my fucking consent. I don't. So when you have somebody like me starting to talk to this shit, and these young bulls feel like how I feel, and I can articulate it and then help them get in shape, help them get their mind right, help them shoot, help them get their health and fitness together, I become a fucking problem. And I'm aware of it. It's not like a diss. If I was the villain or if I had a narrative, I wouldn't have me on either. But all of these things have impacted the fundraising. And then I go, okay, we got to rely on the Second Amendment community, right? In the process of relying on the Second Amendment community, and I'm not saying everyone, but shouts to Mark. Mark with the $10 super chat. We need whatever the math is, right? 170 more dollars in the super chats, guys. Thank you. Hey, guys, also, if you're giving up a super chat, if you got a small business, if you want to promote your own business, your social media, something like that, throw it in the chat so that little business or somebody doing community work can get some shine from this as well. All right, but thank you for that, Mark. Appreciate you. Right. Real help, actionable solutions, not lip service. Pause. Oh, what the fuck? Pause. I understand it. Then you rely on the Second Amendment community, but the Second Amendment community is fickle. And in the video I put out earlier today, I spoke about that. This is the reason why, unfortunately, at the end of July, we may have to stop doing the classes. We may have to not have the center. I may have to just tap out. I want to be very clear, and I want to give some love to the owner of that building. We don't own that building. We've been late at times. We've rumbled. Because he's been so patient with us, I have out of pocket paid for the redo of the second floor. I didn't have to. I could have tapped out then. I'm not going to burn him. Anybody that I have ever owed money to, I might be slow. I might be forgetful, but I'm never going to burn you. That whole run off on the plug shit, that's fucking lame. I might feel bad that I'm slow. I might, feel a little like, damn, I got to grind a little harder, right? But I'm just not that person. Okay? So saying this to say, right? When you rely on the Second Amendment community, the Second Amendment community is not as insanely focused about the Second Amendment as the anti-gunners are. You put yourself in a trick bag. Because anti-gunners and leftists are like commies, like socialists turn into communists. It's not enough to redistribute the wealth. They need to control the means of production by the state. So they just keep fucking going. They keep fucking going. They will, fuck that. They'll start by saying, we're not coming after your guns. We just kind of want to know what's up with that extended magazine, that high capacity magazine, which is just 34 AR and that's standard. But they'll just keep inching. I love their fucking insane, like, this is going to sound a little aggressive, right? But if any of y'all have ever slept with like one of them psycho chicks on the left, crazy chicks will rock your world because they so passionate. And this is my past life. I want to be very clear. I'm not advocating, fellas. I'm not advocating for you guys to go find a crazy leftist and sleep with. I'm not doing that. Don't. Do not. Because some of y'all have to say it. Because some of y'all going to be like, the solutionary number 10 is, no, it's not, okay? But the leftists are crazy like that. It's true, Bobby. It's true. The leftists are crazy like that. And then when it comes to the Second Amendment, they are that committed. We get complacent, and I say we because I'm a member of the Second Amendment community. I'm on the right. I'm a libertarian. I'm right of the aisle politically, okay? We get a victory. It's the same as what we do as humans. You almost got to be delusional and psychopathic and sociopathic to be this committed to something. When people say Kobe Bryant was like a psycho, his work ethic was this, yeah, and he's a champ 5 times over. And he's arguably the best basketball player ever. I think him and Mike are in a different conversation than anybody else because of their insane work ethic. We, as kind of mentally stable people on the right, we don't understand the importance of the insane levels of work, even when we won a championship, even when our guy is in. So we start relaxing. And I want to pull up something that's been busting our ass for the last 2 years. And I told y'all about this 2 years ago. And the Trump administration hasn't gotten rid of it. I want y'all to read this real quick. I want to share this with y'all. President Biden celebrates new bipartisan firearm legislation amid recent shootings. Look at the date on this. July 11th, 2022. President Joe Biden welcomed a crowd to the White House on Monday to showcase a new law meant to reduce gun violence, celebrating real progress after years of inaction. But he also lamented the country remains awash in weapons of war, with the 16-day-old law already overshadowed by yet another horrific massive shooting. The bill, passed after recent gun rampages in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas. Pause. When this shooting happened in Buffalo, New York, we went there and filmed and tried to. That's how I made the wrong turn and ended up in Canada and got locked up in Canada. Some of y'all new followers don't know the story. We made a wrong turn. We was going to fucking try to find Walmart. We was in Canada. We had guns. They said we were trying to smuggle guns into Canada. I'll bullshit you not. This is a true story. Anyway, we were doing the work. So this happened, and all of this da-da-da celebration. Let me fast forward a little bit. I want y'all to read this specific part. And this is important because it speaks to what we still up against. I want y'all to read. I'm going to start right here. Most of the new laws, $13 billion in spending. That could be the sentence all along. Most of the new laws, $13 billion in spending, would be used for bolstering mental health programs and for schools, which has been targeted by shooters in Newtown, Connecticut, and Parkland, Florida. The law was the product of weeks of closed-door negotiations by a bipartisan group of senators who emerged with a compromise. These people, in 2022, the money showed up in 2013. They got together, Republicans and Democrats, and agreed to $13 billion earmarked for the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. That happened. $13 billion. It came, touched it, it hit their pockets in the year 2023. And have been yelling about it ever since. I think I was in Miami at the time. I was learning how to grow food at the Green Haven Project in Miami. And I was saying, hey, I was making content from the garden. Hey, y'all, this, that, blah, blah, blah. We still got this that Office of Gun Violence Prevention still exists. So why am I saying this to y'all? $13 billion motherfucking dollars. Okay? $13 billion. Now we're going to fast forward to some of this right here, but we're going to talk about this $13 billion first. We at Black Guns Matter are cited in the Bruen decision. The Bruen decision a couple of years ago is landmark Supreme Court decision overturning New York State's unconstitutional carry laws. We are cited in that because of our work. Okay? I heard a bajillion times, don't go to New York. Don't do classes in New York. I remember we did a 5-borough tour, however many boroughs it is, in New York. We hit Brooklyn, we hit Staten Island, we hit Queens, we hit Manhattan, we did the classes. They told us to not fucking do this. New York's gone. California's gone. Right now, Bonta, the Attorney General of California, is getting his ass whipped by Firearms Policy Coalition lawyers in California all day. And these are places that they said for us not to go. And we got a shoestring budget, and our Black Guns Matter work is cited in the Bruen decision with pennies. But I'm an anomaly. I'm the insane fucking Kobe Bryant that's going to get dialed into some shit and not let go. I'm kind of crazy. So because of that, kind of crazy, driven, some merch, a little bit of fundraising can get you in the Bruen decision. We up against $13 billion with a fucking B dollars. Scruggs said I cooked that lady in Vice. I'm telling y'all, go look at it. I fucked that lady up. Pause. Right? Did Baltimore twice. My very first class before doing Philly was Baltimore. I don't even think Bobby was hip to our work then. But we did Baltimore twice in the last little bit. Mohagan says, I was at the Brooklyn BGM. I'm not lying to y'all. Now imagine, this is years at this point. And I want to be very, very frank with y'all. My personal life is in a fucking blender. I feel like a horrible father. Y'all understand that? I feel like, again, when you talk about a Kobe Bryant, these people, this is the reason why Tom Brady's wife left him. You get consumed with this idea because you think you can actually win. And everything else, when you commit it, is going to fucking suffer. Bobby says, nah, right, we did that. We did talk about legendary. We did a fucking Stop the Bleed class, firearms basics class with a green beret at the Black Wax Museum in Baltimore. If I'm lying, I'm fucking flying. With pennies. My point in saying this, y'all, is we've made magic happen. And we up against a fucking Goliath. But I'm so tired. I get tired and I feel like, because somebody going to say, Maj, you always say that shit. It's a grift. Right? Somebody going to say that. Right? If I sell shit, it's a grift. If I raise money and give shit away, it's a grift. If I say I'm going to step back and do entrepreneurial shit so I could get rich, it's a grift. Grift is an overused fucking term. But anyway. We're up against this Goliath, and my personal life, I know that I would get way more money if I was doing something else. I could open a dispensary and get millions of dollars. I know how to get money. But when you've committed to something, you kind of got to try to rumble it. And the reason why we've committed to doing this in a way of individuals choosing to individually, voluntarily donate, because it's about an individual right, but we need a showing of the collective. The crazy leftists, the David Hoggs, the AOCs, the Bernie Sanders, the crazy-eyed motherfuckers, they understand the importance of collective work. And I know we as individuals, right, as individual rights, as freedom, liberty, sovereign beings, we kind of like hate that word. But we shouldn't hate that word. Because there needs to be a collective assault on the anti-gun agenda. I've been busting their ass with a small crew for years. My crew don't get paid like that. And I look at motherfuckers, man, I've been in rooms with some people, and I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't Second Amendment people. They like playing with guns. I'm not going to name no names, but they're not Second Amendment people. They're not trying to build a community. They're not trying to get people in shape, get their mind right, help them shoot better, get them studying, get the things that we actually as a community fucking need. They're just there to sell you product, gadgets, widgets, gadgets, and play with guns on fucking whatever. And that's, again, it's not a diss. We just ain't the fucking same. I want championships. I want to chop anti-gunners' heads off, metaphorically. Okay? I want to crush their spirits. I'm Kobe. I want to fucking annihilate you. I want you to fit. I'm telling y'all, again, show of hands, comment if you saw the Vice debate. I want to fuck you up like I fucked that lady up. That's why they don't have me on them platforms the same. Don't fuck with him. He gonna fuck us up. Pick somebody that's an easy fight. I get it. I would do it too. Okay? I'm saying to y'all that when we're up against this and the Second Amendment community gets so fickle, and I gotta say fickle, because soon as sports come on, we spending money at the bar. We spending money at this. I've given my life to this shit. And I don't want to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady lost Giselle and his family. Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. Like, Kobe got out just in time, and unfortunately he passed. But everything was sacrificed. And if the people don't really want it, or they're not sacrificing to, and I'm not saying y'all in the stream. I want to be clear. This is not a diss to me. This is not me dissing the people that have actually helped and supported. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying we need more help. I made a post in that video talking about, and then I'm going to go into the Supreme Court thing. Guys, please, everybody, hit the like button. Everybody, please hit the like button. Like. If you're watching, hit like. There's 662 of you in here watching, okay? The vast majority of you are on X. Please, guys, repost it. If you're on X, just hit the repost button. But this is kind of what I'm talking about. There's 660 people in here. 620 of them are on X. For whatever reason, we still shadow ban. The X page alone has 48,000 people and only 600 of them. So the shadow bans are still a thing, whatever the fuck, right? But then we say, hey guys, it cost you nothing to just repost it. Do we repost it? I can see when people repost it. It says it right there. Hey, such and such reposted. But anyway, you give yourself to a thing because it's become synonymous with you. It's what you do now. Just to my man Corey, it's what we do now. And everything else suffers. I want a marriage. I want a marriage ceremony. I want to like go play at the park with my children more. I want to stuff. Frederick just reposted the stream. Appreciate you, bro. But when you're committed to something, those things get compromised. And your family, if they understand, because they see your vision and what you're trying to do, especially if you get in a Supreme Court decision, they like, shit, he might actually overturn the Gun Control Act. He might actually fucking do this. Get rid of the NFA thing, right? It's after a certain point, it starts to become very selfish. And the thing that you use to be a tool of liberation, the lower frequencies or the devil uses that back against you. How can I be a great advocate for the Second Amendment and community and I'm not spending enough time with my family? You got to evaluate that. Unless your family's going, absolutely, go. We'll figure it out. Blah, 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 blah. Then your family is all the way dialed in, and that's different. But that's not the case with me. And so that only makes sense if you're not killing yourself in the process. And I've said this, I've had this conversation before, and I'll take a few days off, and I'm like, well, because I don't want to quit. I hate that shit. I like finishing, pause, right? And watching this video that I posted of, I don't know if y'all, if most of y'all are on X, that's in this stream, but if you're on a different platform, on X, I posted a video of Trump and Netanyahu, but it was Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro from Casino, and it was just perfect. That video had 5.3 at the time now, 5.3 million views. And right under it, I put the donor link. Hey, if this brought you a little laugh, support our work. It was 99,000 people that saw that second one in the thread. 99,000 people, almost 100,000 people. Similar to, there's now 680 people, 85 people in here watching, right? 685 people. 640 of you are on X watching and listening. I've asked everybody to just, for free, just hit the repost button or a quote post. Maybe 20 people have done it. But anyway, 99,000 people saw that second post. Let's assume that only a third of them are familiar with the work and saw the video and, whatever, 33%, 33,000. If 33,000 of those people just pitched in $10, we would have 4 times the amount that we need to end the fundraise. Now, I'm just telling y'all this because I don't want y'all to think I'm just making a rash decision to end Black Guns Matter. I'm not making a rash decision. I want to give y'all to understand it, okay? And I'm just telling y'all in real time, there is 652 people on X watching this and listening to this. I've said several times, hey, if you're watching this on X specifically, repost it. Maybe 10 people have done it, and it's free to do that. Free. There's now 700 people in here, 658 on X. Hey, everybody that's watching and listening on X, please just hit the repost for this live. It'll help me out a lot. It spreads the message. More people see it. More people could tap in. It helps us with fundraising, selling merch. Guys, please 669 of you on X. Everybody, takes you 2 seconds. Big boy just did it. Appreciate you, big boy. My point in saying that is 99,000 people saw that next video with the link in it. Nothing came of it. I got some followers because the main video had 5.3 million. And that's because it was about fun and entertainment. Fun and entertainment. My following is mostly pro-gun people. So if mostly pro-gun people are watching it and they're just not engaging, or they're more there to just laugh at the entertainment, this is what happens in the pro-gun space. We make memes, we joke, we laugh. We do not get behind the people that are doing pro-gun work specifically with our resources. We don't. We buy guns, we buy the gadgets, we got all of the stuff, the O-lights, the fucking, well, if you're in the O-lights, right? Whatever. But then when we say a harsh reality, which is if the leftists who don't buy guns organize their resources to stop you from having guns, you buying guns doesn't fucking matter. You know how many people when Trump was like bump stock banned and the bump stocks got banned, if you would have got caught with that bump stock and didn't register it, you would have been looking at a felony case? The left don't need to buy guns to infringe on your individual rights via legislation. So why aren't we putting as much money behind the people fighting for that have already made magic happen with pennies as we do in the people that are anti-gun? I'll give you another example. In the same time that I saw this 5.3 million and then 99,000 people seeing it and not many of them supported the work. And let me be clear, y'all don't owe me shit. Nobody owes me to do this. South, what's up, South? South reposted the stream. Ray Johns just said he just grabbed 2 being a bitches on American tanks. Guys, real quick before I move on in the story. The Being a Bitches on American shirts, we doing a collage for the 4th of July. They on sale for $20. I want everybody to go get one. And I want you to send me a picture of you wearing it so we can put you in the collage for the 4th of July. I think that'll be a dope ass fucking flex. You know what I mean? So everybody, please, blackgunsmatter.shop, go get a t-shirt. It's $20, but get it quick. Not only do we have limited supply, but also we want everybody to get the shirt fast so they can take the picture. So we'll be ready for the 4th so we can get you in that collage. So anyway, thank you for that, Ray. Appreciate you. So this happens. Good looking out, Bookworm. The link right there is where y'all can hit to grab the t-shirt. Saying this to say, right? You get that 99,000 people. We got everybody laughing about Israel and Iran, and I get it. It was a funny video. I'm not like trying to be a stickler for fun, right? Q-Tips just had a good question, and I'll go into that. What if you expand into other areas, you might draw more attention? Let's break it down again. I wouldn't have had to expand if 99,000 people, if a third of them would have just donated $10. I would have made a whole fucking studio set and I wouldn't have been, talking to y'all from an undisclosed location. I may or may not be building a studio in. You never know. But my point is, sometimes it's not about trying to do more or get more people. And I'm not saying getting more people is bad. I'm saying these are people that already follow the work and are already pro-gun. We just not doing the fucking work. This is the same conversation I have with my partner about many, not just my partner, folks, just in general, right? You can't, in the Solutionary Now, we talk about this, right? You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do social media. You got to make the content and you got to post. We was just talking about this today. Like, I get it. All of the try to post at the best time. That's cool. But a lot of times people be doing that to not actually have to really fucking create the content and post. Okay? You got to just fucking do it. So it's not necessarily about you need the newest computer, you need the newest whatever, you need the best light, no, that's not what you need. Sometimes the people that's there just need to step up together. If that would have happened, if 30,000 people, just conscious, woke, sovereign people would have said, I see what he's fucking about. I'm going to support with $10. I wouldn't have had to reach out to more people. The anti-gunners aren't they galvanizing who they already got. That's why I said I'm gonna go into their area and take some of their people. That's what we did. Okay? Now let's read this real quick because I want y'all to understand why I'm getting to this point. And I'm going to tell y'all more about my perspective because I don't want to hold y'all too long. Supreme Court declines to hear gun control challenges. This was June the 2nd, 2025. All right, let's read it. After considering them at 15 consecutive conferences, the Supreme Court on Monday declined to take up two challenges to gun control laws in Maryland and Rhode Island, places that I've helped litigate. I've been to Rhode Island helping them. Rhode Island does this slick shit where they do like anti-gun day, where they have a whole bunch of anti-gun laws and they try to flood them in the middle of the day where everybody's at work. I showed up in Rhode Island to preach against that. Same in Maryland. In each case, three justices indicated that they would have granted the petition for review, leaving the challengers one vote short of the four needed for the court to hear oral arguments and weigh in on the merits of the case. In Snope versus Brown, the court declined to decide whether Maryland's ban on semi-automatic rifles, such as the AR-15 and the AK-47, violates the Second Amendment's right to bear arms. I want y'all to understand this. In Maryland, they're saying that ARs and AK-47s, they have a ban on them. And they're asking, is this an infringement on the Second Amendment? Yes, the fuck it is. Duh. 9 other states in the District of Columbia have similar bans. The Maryland legislature enacted the law in 2013 in the wake of the 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook. Gunmen killed 20 first graders and 6 adults. But the full Court of Appeals agreed to consider the new challenge in 2024, less than 2 years after the Supreme Court's decision in the New York Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin. Black Guns Matter is cited in that. And Bruin, the justices struck down New York's concealed carry law, holding that courts should not only uphold gun restrictions in the future if there is a tradition of such regulations in U.S. history. Let me stop right there for a second. The answer is already there. But the Supreme Court didn't pick it up. Bruin set it up for everybody to get a great position, but the SCOTUS got to pick it up. And if SCOTUS ain't picking it up, we need more local fighters to change local laws and say, absolutely not. We changing this, we changing this, we changing this. Because the SCOTUS could go, y'all could rumble that on the state level. The lower level appellate courts could rumble that, not us. And I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Fundamentals AU, appreciate that $10 with doing your part. Bobby's over in Maryland, Baltimore, right? Still fighting, we aren't quitting yet. My point in saying this, guys, is it's got to be a local fight too. It's got to be a local fight. So when we raise funds and when people didn't understand why I was going, we got to hit Baltimore, we got to hit Chicago, we got to hit New York, we got to hit fucking Detroit, we got to hit LA, we got to hit Atlanta, we got to hit Miami. I've been to all these, Houston, Dallas, Little Rock. There was a reason and a method to the madness. And we did that with a fucking shoestring budget. Meanwhile, fucking Moms Demand Action executives, Bloomberg's group, David Hogg is flying around private. And I'm not advocating that I need to fly around private. But I am saying, look at the difference between them crazy non-gun owning motherfuckers and what they're getting accomplished and how we're not supporting. Take me out the equation for a second, because I don't want nobody to start getting it all fucked up. We're like, Maj, you just met. That's not my point. I got to be clear. And I find myself having to repeat this because some people get the game twisted. I'm looking at us as a Second Amendment community. And if years get together and I start going, the novelty has worn off. They are comfortable. They feel like Trump is in the White House and they good. They ignoring his bump stock ban. It's his. Y'all might not like hearing it, going back to the point that I made earlier. I'm not going to just be quiet about that because Trump's in and a lot of my followers voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. I was not going to vote for fucking Kamala Harris, weak ass. But I'm not going to be quiet when whoever's in the office. I'm not. So when I say that about the Second Amendment community, some people get a little bit upset and or offended. Instead of doing that, why don't you fucking just support the work? And what I've come to the conclusion of is we just don't want it the way we not Kobe like they Kobe. They want your freedoms more than you want to defend them. I want to say that again. The left, and I respect it. That's their worldview. They don't give a fuck about your worldview. They don't give a fuck about your personal protection. They have their worldview. They care more about taking your freedom than we, as a collective, care about fucking defending it. And it's not, because I know some of y'all gonna be like, not me. Okay, it ain't just you though. And the proof is in the pudding. We are in America, and we're making some great strides in constitutional carry, no doubt. No doubt. We are in supposedly the land of the free, and we have 29 constitutional carry states in a country that says their supreme law is the Constitution. If there's 50 some odd states and or territories, how the fuck is only 29 of them constitutional carry? Tell me where I'm fucking wrong. Tell me where I'm tripping. It's because the anti-gun has been whipping your fucking ass. George Washington and the founding fathers is turning over in a fucking grave. You spending 40% of your fucking hard-earned money on taxes to the fucking government. We asking the government what kind of guns we allowed to have. In a country that's based on we shot the police in the state for telling us they're going to take a little bit more of our money and telling us what type of fucking guns we going to have. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. So when you look at it from that perspective, guys, everybody, let's get the likes up. Everybody, please hit the like button, regardless of where you're watching this on. It's 800 of y'all watching on X. I want every one of you that's watching on X, just repost it. Just hit the repost button. It's free. It's free. Costs you nothing. Helps out with the message. So in my time over the last few years, and I'm looking at the roof falling at the Solutionary Center on the second floor, and debt and rumbling and fighting, and me not spending time with family the way that I want to, and me not having a marriage ceremony type shit, I think I look great in a motherfucking wedding. I think I would. Me not taking time to really, you know what I mean? Just little things. I have, at a certain point, have to go, you are about to throw your life away for people that are complacent. Going back to this Kobe and Shaq conversation, right? Kobe, right? When they had their sit-down interview years later, Shaq said he never got prepared or stayed in shape in the offseason because he had Kobe. And he said, I know you hated that. He was like, Kobe said it drove me insane. They would have had 7 championships in a row if Shaq would have stayed in fucking good shape during the offseason. But he knew he had this young kid at the time, and then he come into his own, okay? He knew I got Kobe, but he got complacent. I'm Kobe. I want us to dominate. But if you are not going to motherfucking stay in shape and keep this fight up and you get complacent, I want you to get fucking traded, or I'm going to trade my motherfucking self. I'm killing myself, y'all. So this is what I'm not just killing myself, and I want to share this with y'all because I believe I fuck around with y'all. I like social media. I like communicating. I exist in my truth. This ain't I don't do the Hollywood shit. That 48 laws of power shit, I read it. I don't fucking do that to people. I use that as defense against evil motherfuckers trying to do shit to me. Y'all, I come share y'all with y'all. Y'all can shoot me a message. I help. Nobody that knows me will disagree with that statement if they really know me, okay? Sometimes that becomes to a fault. The enemy starts to use your strengths and turns them into weaknesses, okay? Point being is, I am of the belief at this point that enough people know about our work, more could know, but I have enough of a following. Right. Bobby says, I feel like you are too approachable. Bobby, clarify that. Expound on that a little bit, Bobby. Expound on that. Because I've had other people tell me that too. I don't look approachable, but I'm 1,000. I'm like the nicest person. But tell me what you think, what you mean by that, Bobby. Type it up. Um, I believe that I have enough of a following that um, if my following really wants me to continue to do this work, we'll hit the goal. We got 700 and I'm doing it in $100 chunks because y'all motherfuckers got $100. Like, that's just it. And I'm not saying that to like be rude to y'all or flex or like on some poverty pimp shit. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, like, I see y'all, I be seeing y'all posts. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing y'all posts. I be like, yo, you was just in a strip club. You just threw $1,000 at the strip club. I seen it. It was a bunch of ones. You a Second Amendment dude. You went to the strip club. You was like, I got it on me though, just in case. Right? Outside. Still got it. You went to the football game, NBA finals. Come on. So if we doing that for the bullshit and we talk about how the entertainers and the leftists control all of this, why won't put $100 towards this? And that's why I'm saying in $100 chunks. So anyway, I think we need 700. I'm gonna look up the exact number right now. We need 700 and I want to say 700 and where the fuck is the John at? I'm gonna find out for y'all right now. Give me a second. Y'all don't run away from me too quick. 773 more $100 donors. It's like $77,000, and then we buy the building. Okay? Saying this to say, we got a month. If we do it, we do it. If not, I'll give everybody their money back. I don't care. If we do it, we do it. 773 people. There's 800. Let's just let's put it into perspective. And I'm just doing this for posterity. So later on, when y'all don't feel like motherfuckers say, yo, Maj left us, like Lauryn Hill left us after the first album. Anybody that has seen our work knows that we have fundraised for 6-7 years. Every single class has been free to all because of voluntary donations. It's been documented. Because Dirks Rothschild Press just said something. I want to be clear on what he just said right there. Are you asking for money? Let me be very motherfucking clear. This ain't my money. I already gave it away. That's number one. Because I don't know how that. I want to be clear, and I try to highlight certain shit because people say shit and they be kind of trolling, and sometimes I misread it. So if it's a misread, my apologies. However, the reality is we've made strides and got some good things done with these resources that the people gave. We have. But if the people don't want it, I can't force them. That's the market telling me. If the market wants you to continue, I've talked about it. I'm going to talk about it for the rest of June and all the way July. Y'all might get annoyed, but I have to give it my all. So it can never be said that I left y'all like Lauryn Hill after her first album. Then hip hop just goes to shit because she left. Dave Chappelle goes to Africa, leave us with fucking Key and Peele, right? I just wanted to be clear that this is well thought out. I've explained this. I felt this way before and didn't quit. For perspective, we need 773 donors at the $100 level. There are 909 people watching tonight's stream. Somebody... Oh, Bobby says, I got way too close to you with a gun when I first met you. But when we first met too, Bobby, I had already got to a sub-second drawer. So I was already good. And the other people that were in the room were strapped too. So when I'm around people like that, I feel a little bit more comfortable. But I get what you're saying. I sometimes forget I'm actually famous. Like B-list, C on a bad day, list celebrity famous. Right? So, not like we were in VIP. I had my head on a swivel the whole night because I was in unknown territory. It's true. We was at a cigar bar in Philly, and that part of Philly's super safe. It was in Manayunk. It was called Smoke Manayunk, right? And we had a little section in the back, and it was really, really cool, man. I remember exactly what I had on too. I had on a V-neck sweater. Yeah, it was really cool. And that's just exactly who I am. What y'all see on the internet, I'm kind of, other than I'm kind of like a dork, other than like I'm a nerd, right? But my aggression, my honesty, my openness, that's 100% who I am. Okay. So anyway, guys, there's 926 now people in here watching. We need 773 people, right, to give at the $100 level. There's 927 people in here watching right now. If everybody that's watching, let's say if it was half of them, let's say it's 900, it's 933. Half of that is 450. If 450 of the people gave $100 and got a lifetime membership to the Solutionary 9 and paid it forward for us to buy our building, keeping these classes free to all, based on a track record, not some shit I'm saying. This is what we've done. If half of that, 450 people did that, we will be more than halfway done today. Today. Peep this. Let's peep this. Peep this. Because I know some people going to say, I ain't got a hundo right now. Cool, I can dig it. No one owes me anything at all. But peep this. Let's say if 900 people, because there's 934 people in here right now. If 900 people gave $10, how much is that? $9,000 in one stream. We don't have a lack of guns problem. We in the pro-gun space. We don't have a don't understand the information problem. We don't have a aren't passionate problem. We have a problem that the left is not. We do not know how to get behind the people that have proven their commitment to the Second Amendment by doing the work. It's what it is. And I'm not saying that to be mean or make anybody feel bad. I'm the nicest person. Okay? I'm saying this to y'all because I want y'all to understand why I have to shit or get off the pot. So, in wrapping up, this is what I'm going to ask everybody to do. Every single person. I'm going to ask you to do two things, maybe three. One of them is free, and two of them cost money. Let's start with the cheap free thing. One, I just want everybody to buy a shirt. Just buy a Being a Bitch is Un-American shirt. It's $20. I want you to get the shirt so we can be a part of the collage for the 4th of July. Because if we do have to end this thing, I would love to say, man, the last July that we did it, we got a collage of everybody across America wearing the Being a Bitch is Un-American shirt. I would love to say that. That would be dope. That's another part of the dope story. This ain't the end of the world, but we get to tell these amazing stories and show solidarity for the American ideal during a time where it's at the height of the attack. I'm just telling y'all, it is what it is. It's an attack. So that symbolic gesture means it's some dope shit to me. So that's one thing. BlackGunsMatter.shop. Buy your shirt. Buy a Being a Bitch is Un-American shirt on sale for $20 or whatever you want. Spend over $100, you get free shipping. Boom. Spend over $100, let's do you one better. Spend over $100, they'll give you free shipping, and I'll have your email. I'll give you a membership to the Solutionary 9. No problem. Boom. Two, the free thing that I would like everybody to do. Just repost this. Just quote post it. When this is done and it's recorded, just quote post, hey, I tapped into this live with Maj. He's got some good things going on. He's been doing the work for some time. He needs some help on the fundraising. Just whatever. Quote post and put the Give, Send, Go link. That costs you no money. Zero. The link is right there. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Most of you are watching this on X. It's easy. Quote post, type a little something, type the link. That's the free thing. And the thing that's last that I'm going to ask everybody to do, we need 773 donors at the $100 level. Give at the $100 level. I'm going to email you a lifetime membership to Solutionary University. That's all of the classes, the curriculums, the private Telegram group, meal plans. I come up with your macros. I give you a workout routine, shooting drills, all that other shit. Okay? You do that, you get that. If you can't donate at the $100 level, just give what you can. So those are the three things I'm going to ask everybody to do. A, buy a t-shirt, blackgunsmatter.shop. You buy over $100, you're going to get free shipping, and I'm going to give you a membership to the Solutionary 9. Two, the free one, quote post this on X or repost it, whatever platform you're watching from. Repost it. Hey, Maj got a good thing going on. Could use a little boost on fundraising. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. That is free. And the last thing, be a donor. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. We need 773 more $100 donors, and we will buy our building. I want to continue to do this work. If we do not hit this number, thank you, Point Blank. Appreciate you, bro. Point Blank says, thanks for the help, Maj. Everyone grab a shirt, then head to my site for plant-based protein, energy, vitamins. Hey, Point Blank, put your site. Thank you for that $10 super chat. Comment again and let me know put the site up there in the comment section so I can put that up for everybody to follow. And that's the last thing. Again, guys, donate at the $100 level if you can. If you can't, don't. Give whatever you can. If one of y'all in here is super rich and want to just do $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, cool. Please do. I'm going to figure out a way to get in contact with you. I'm going to have your email. We're going to work something out. But we definitely need the support for everyone. Again, guys, I will see you guys Monday. Thank y'all all for tapping in. It feels so great to be back on the show with y'all every Monday through Friday. I hope you guys are working hard this weekend. Stay on your Solutionary 9. Stay on your daily regimen. Get that dry fire in. Get your half a gallon, almost a gallon for me, of water today and hydration. Make sure that you're overworking. Do more this weekend. Don't give up. Don't just tap out this weekend. You did your 9 to 5. Now it's time for your 6 to 10, and it's time for your weekend work for self-improvement. My name is Maj Toure, founder of BGM and the Solutionary University and the Maj Toure Show. I will see you all Monday evening, unless y'all chopping it up with me on social media. Be safe, be solutionary.